This video is going to help you with finding the area and perimeter of trapezoids, which is definitely the weirdest and hardest of the shapes to do. Before, we were usually just doing base times height, but if you notice, if I took base 1 on this one, which runs all the way down the length, times the height, which is how tall the thing is, it would be too big because it would make this green rectangle, which is actually bigger than my trapezoid. So I'd have these little green triangles on each side that would not be part of the actual area of the trapezoid. If instead of me taking the bottom base, I took the top base, base 2, and take it times the height, I would only end up with that purple area when I did base 2 times height, which would mean I would have this orange triangle on each side that was not counted. So what I really need is somewhere in that middle to use an average of base 1 and base 2. And then that way I would have this little extra orange here could fit in that yellow spot where it should be. So here are 3 formulas I have for the area of a trapezoid. Half of the bottom plus the top times the height, or half of the height times the bottom plus the top. Base 1 plus base 2 times height divided by 2. And down here it's really the same thing again. Base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2. And then the perimeter of the trapezoid again is just add all of the sides. Don't use the height if it's one of the Snoopy water bowl trapezoids. Alright, so we have our first trapezoid here to try out. First thing we're going to do is the perimeter. To find the shape's perimeter, just add all the sides. So I got a 14 plus 10, that's 24, and 10 plus 10 is 20. And notice I'm not using this 8 in the middle because that's really just the height of the trapezoid. It is not any part of the outside, and when I want to find the perimeter, just the distance around something. Since this is on the inside of the shape, it's not anything to do with going around it. If I add up my 24 plus 20, I'm at 44 centimeters. All right, let's try out the area. And you notice I have the area formula written up here in red or in blue. And you can do it either way. I'll show you both real fast. Let's try the red one first. Half times h times b1 plus b2. All right. Half times h means half times the height, which is 8, times parentheses base 1, that's my bottom. 14 plus base 2 is if you stand on your head, there's your other bottom. 10. So now when I go to do this, most people would do the parentheses first. 14 plus 10 is 24. Half times 8 really means half of 8, which is 4. Then I got 4 times 24 left. 16, carry my 1. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 96 square centimeters. Let's try it if I go the other way. Let's try it with the blue real fast. Blue formula should give me the same answer. Area equals b1 plus b2, so I had 14 plus 10 again. Times the height, which was 8, divided by 2. So with this particular formula, it's nice and easy to remember because you're just starting at the left and working your way over, because I always do parentheses first. I got 24 times 8. 32 carry my 3, 16, 19, 192, and then I need to divide that by 2. No 2's and 1. 9 2's and 19. 9 times 2 is 18. I got 1 left over. Bring down my 2. And there's 6 2's and 12. So I get the same thing, 96 square centimeters. You can do it whichever order you want. Obviously, this one looks like you end up with a lot bigger step at the end when I divide by 2 and just instead of taking half of the height. However, if the height would happen to be an odd number, you might like the blue one better. So I'm going to try going with the red one for most of the times that we do them. So here you go. You try it out. Perimeter's going to go fast. I got a 5 and a 5. There's 10, and I got a 10 and an 18. Or 10 and an 8, which is 18. 28 centimeters around. Area, going with the red formula, half times the height, which is 4, times base 1, 10, plus base 2 is 8. My parentheses part, 10 plus 8 is 18. Half times 4 really means half of 4, which is just 2. So 18 times 2, 16 carry my 1, 36 square centimeters.
It's another one for
you to try out.
Perimeter,
just add up all the sides.
7 and
7 and 7 is 14. 14 and 12 is 26. When I add them together,
I
want to get 40 centimeters.
Let's go to
Let's go
area.
to area.
Half
of
6
6 times base 1, 14, plus base 2 is 12. Do my parentheses first. 14 plus 12 is 26. Half of 6 is 3. 26 times 3, 78 square centimeters.
One more
of this kind for you to try out. Snoopy water bowl kind of ones is what I'm calling them. Perimeter first. 3 and 3, 6. 8 and 16 is 14.
Add them
together. 20 centimeters. Area half of 2 times base 1 plus base 2. 8 plus 6 is 14. Half of 2.
That's
really just 1. 1 times 14 is 14. 14 square centimeters.
Okay,
this time the trapezoid looks a little bit different. It really looks like we just took a regular trapezoid and we cut it in two. And the big difference that you might see is there's not one of those things with the arrows on it in the middle going up and down for height. We don't need it because on this side right here we have a right angle. So this side right here in red, that's my height.
So first
let's go for perimeter.
I
got 13 plus 7, that's 20.
And I got
9 plus 6, which is 15. Add them together, a nice simple 35 centimeters.
My
area formula is going to stay the same, even though this is the half a trapezoid, which is still a trapezoid. So area equals half of 6 times base 1 is 13.
Plus
base 2 is 7. 13 plus 7 gets me a 20. Half of 6 is 3. 3 times 20, 60 square centimeters.
Last problem.
This one's for you to try out.
First thing I'm
going with is perimeter. 12 and 6. 18. 8 and 10. 18 again. 36 centimeters.
Hope I
didn't trick you by flipping the number over to the trapezoid over to the side, because this time the height is going to be 8.
So
area equals half times 8 times base 1 on the bottom 12 plus base 2 on the top 6. 12 plus 6 is 18. Half of 8 is 4. 18 times 4. 32, carry my 3. 4 plus 3 is 7. 72 square centimeters.
That's how I would
find the area and the perimeter of a trapezoid.